Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided that I'm going to do another piercing video. If you've been following me, you might have seen my last piercing video already. I was thinking about re-uploading that one, but I kind of just decided to film a different one just because I'm starting my channel over, so I might as well just film a new one. So today will be a piercing video. I'll talk about the experience and the pain level and tricks and tips that I've learned with my piercings and stuff like that. In my last video, I did talk about my old piercings that I've had and the ones that I have now, but for the sake of time today, I'm just going to talk about the ones that I do have currently. If you guys want to see or want to know about the ones that I did have before, then just give this video a big thumbs up and I will film a part 2 to this. So yeah, do that for me if you guys want to see that. But other than that, let's get started. So starting with the first piercings, which are my little ones on both ears, the first and the second hole. I got the first ones when I was a baby, the second ones when I was in like 7th grade, and then the third holes when I was, I don't know, randomly, I don't even remember, I just went to the mall and got them. The pain level was not bad at all. It's literally like a 2 out of 10. I do know that when going to the mall to get piercings, they no longer go into the cartilage. They stop at the lobe just because you're not allowed, I guess you're not allowed to do cartilage piercings with a gun anymore. So they do stop after the lobe piercings. So yeah, I have 3 on both ears from using a gun. And with the gun, it's really not that bad, like I said, because it goes so quick. I don't think you get enough time to really feel the pain. It just goes and it's done. It's a little sore after, but then you're good. The healing with lobe piercings aren't anything. I don't think I have to go into too much detail about those because everyone pretty much has them. So moving on to the next one, which is the 4th one right here, which is more in my cartilage. I got that done at a place called Club Tattoo where my sister works. It wasn't really bad at all compared to the gun. I did get it with a needle. The only difference between the needle and the gun that I could say is that with a gun, like I said, it goes quicker, so you can't really feel like the pain as much. But with a needle, you kind of feel the pain just a little bit more, just because it's not going. It goes fast, but you could feel the whole process. So it is like a different kind of pain, I would say, compared to like a gun in the lobe and then a needle. It's more of like 3 out of 10 rather than a 2 out of 10, and mine is in my cartilage, so that does play another factor in why it did hurt a little bit. The next piercing I'll talk about is this cartilage one up here. I actually just got this about 4 days ago, I'll say 4 or 5 days ago. That one wasn't too bad at all. I did get it done at the same place at my sister's place. Since this one, my other one did fall out, they re-pierced this one for free. So I did get my cartilage. With cartilage piercings, I've learned that it doesn't hurt as much during, as more of after, because with cartilage piercings, since it is thick, it's more of a pressure. Like, you feel the needle, but it's more pressure than anything. The pain doesn't come until after, when you get home and your ear's on fire and it's throbbing and it's sore. That's when the pain is. It's more of like the aftercare rather than like during and getting it done. So yeah, with this one, it is still very, very sore. I've been taking care of it. With cleaning piercings, I do recommend using sea salt and warm water. When you go get piercings, they do recommend or ask you if you want like a saline solution to clean them, but those saline solutions are mostly just sea salt and water. So to save the money, you can just make your own and clean your piercings. But that's what I've been using to clean this one. It's been helping a lot so far. There's not really much I could say about it just because I haven't had it that long, but I'm sure it's going to be just like the rest of my cartilage piercing. Yeah, so that's that. Moving on to, I guess, my nose piercings. Yeah, I got my first nose piercing when I was in 8th grade. With the nose piercings, I think it's pretty much the same. I think all cartilage is the same, like I said, where it's more pressure and then it's sore after. So at a scale from 1 to 10, I'll say the nose is like a 5 out of 10. It's really not that bad. It's just a hard pinch and then it's over with. It is sore after, so make sure you take care of them. With nose piercings or any type of cartilage piercings, they do get keloids if you don't take care of them, or they are prone to getting keloids. I highly recommend using tea tree oil to get rid of keloids. That's what I use. I've had keloids before. I literally had to get this side of my nose pierced like 2 or 3 times just because I wasn't really taking proper care of it. So yeah, if you do get a keloid, I definitely recommend using tea tree oil to get rid of it. I recently had a keloid on my tragus, and I used it for about a week and it pretty much went away. Back to my nose. The healing was pretty good. It wasn't too bad at all. Like I said, it's just mainly the aftercare part is taking care of it. I would say it was sore for about a month or 2, like a couple weeks after getting it done, and after that I didn't really have any problems with it. Like I said, just keep cleaning it, taking care of it. Before I move on, I've got most of my piercings done at a place called the Piercing Shop. It's here in Las Vegas, so I highly recommend it if you live in Vegas. Their jewelry is really clean. The piercers are really good. They're very friendly. They know what they're doing. They talk you through it. They're just really good at the whole piercing process. So I highly recommend going to the Piercing Shop, which is where I got my first nose piercing. I haven't really had any problems with them piercing me. If there were any problems, it was because I wasn't taking care of the piercings myself. But other than that, they've been really, really good with their piercings. So yeah, I highly recommend the Piercing Shop. I'll link their information down below. But back to my other side of my nose. I did not get this one done at the Piercing Shop. I went somewhere else in Vegas that I'm not even going to talk about, because if you live in Vegas, you know probably what place I'm talking about. The pain for that one was pretty much the same. It did hurt a little more because I just feel like he didn't do it right. He's like really heavy-handed. I don't know. I just really recommend doing your research before going to piercing, before getting piercings done, and just do research on these places, because I didn't really do my research. I was just the type of person where I wanted it, so I would just go somewhere and do it, and I definitely learned my lesson with doing that. So definitely do your research. But yeah, the other side was not too bad. It's the same healing process, pretty much the same pain. Yeah, it's not much I can say about that. They're pretty much the same type of pain. So moving on to my next piercings. Here is a close-up. Alright, so here's a close-up of my ear, which is where most of my piercings are. So moving on, I'll talk about my Rook, which is this little baby in here. So yeah, my Rook piercing I got done at the Piercing Shop because I learned my lesson with going to other places. It was not bad at all. Like I said, with cartilage piercings, since this is all cartilage, it pretty much is more pressure than pain, and then the pain doesn't come till after. So I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, my Rook was about a 5 or 6 out of 10. It really was not bad at all. The healing has been really good. I've had it for close to a year now. It was sore for a couple months after. It was hard to sleep on and stuff like that, but since it was in my ear, since it's in my ear, it wasn't too bad with the pain, because it was hard to like hit that or accidentally touch it or something. So it wasn't too bad with it being like irritating or anything like that. There's not much I can really say about it. Haven't really had any problems with it. Like I said, it was a little sore for a couple months after, but approaching a year, it's been pretty good now, and I haven't had any problems with it. So that's the Rook piercing. The next piercing I will talk about is my tragus, this little baby right here. You don't want to focus, but whatever. This little tragus right here. I wanted my tragus pierced for a really, really long time, but people kept telling me how bad it hurt, and that was like one of the most painful cartilage piercings you can get, but I completely disagree. It was pretty much the same as any of my other cartilage piercings, just with the pressure and then the pain after. On a scale from a 1 to 10, it was a little less painful than the Rook. I would say it was about a 5.5, 6 maybe, depending on your pain tolerance, but for me it really was not that bad. Like it was just a quick hard pinch, and then after that it was okay. Most of the pain, when I scale it from a 1 to a 10, like that level is more of the pain after, because during, they don't hurt me during, it's more of after. So yeah, the tragus was not that bad. I did get a keloid, like I said, but I got rid of it using tea tree oil. With piercings, I think my problem is, like, once I think it's healed, I'll just stop taking care of it, and you definitely shouldn't do that because it can still get infected or get messed up or something. So you have to continue taking care of your piercings. I've made it part of my like morning routine when I wash my face and brush my teeth that I clean all my piercings, because I've had so many experiences where I thought it was healed and I stopped taking care of it, and then a keloid, or it comes back, or it gets like crusty or something, and it's just not cute. So yeah, continue to just take care of them. But yeah, that's pretty much my tragus. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. Like, it is sore after. It was sore for like a couple months after. I've had this one for close to a year, about the same time as, I don't know why I always frown when I talk. But anyways, I have had it about the same amount of time as my Rook. So it is pretty much fully healed now, but I still do take care of it just so I don't continue to have more problems like I already have had. But yeah, that's my tragus. And then my next piercing, I'm not going in any type of order, by the way, because I don't really remember when I got these. I just got them. So yeah, my next piercing, the industrial, which was the one that went from the top of the ear down to the second hole right here. That was probably the worst experience I've ever had with piercings. One, probably because I didn't go to the piercing shop. I went to a different place that I knew nothing about. And two, it's just a lot of cartilage to try to take care of, and if you don't take care of it, it will take a really long time to heal. So I did go to a different place here in Vegas. Overall, the experience just sucked. Like I said, the person who did it just wasn't the greatest. He didn't count down. He didn't tell me to breathe. He kind of just went for it. It literally sounded like biting into an apple. It was like the loudest crunch sound ever. Like, it hurt so bad. I literally sat up and got so dizzy and like didn't know what was going on. I felt like blood drip down like the side of my neck and my ear, and it was just all bad. It was just all bad. I kept it in just because I wanted it so bad, and I didn't want to be like a little bitch and take it out. So I kept it in for a couple months. The reason why I took it out was just like the healing. It just was not healing for me. I don't know, because I didn't know how to take care of it at first, because it was like one of my first piercings, not my very first, but one of like my newest ones. And yeah, it just was not really healing well. It was still really sore after like 6-7 months of having it. I know it does. Cartilage piercings, they say some take up to a year to heal, but even approaching a year, like I think I did have it in, no, it was like close to a year, but I feel like it wasn't healing at all, and it was just still super sore, and having like long weaves and hair and stuff like that. It was just getting caught on my piercing and bumping into it and sleeping. It just wasn't worth it. And I also ran track too, and I had to take my piercings out to run track, so like it was kind of irrelevant and just unnecessary to have. So I took it out and I put in the 2 little studs that you see, and I kind of like those better. It's not a lot of maintenance and stuff. I do kind of miss my industrial. I wish I still had it sometimes, because I see people with it now and I think it's a really dope piercing, but I can't really put the bar back in because my holes shrank down, so I can't fit an industrial bar in anymore. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest experience ever. I'm not saying all experiences with industrials are like that. I would just recommend going to a good place so that you don't have an experience like that. The last piercings I will talk about are my nip piercings. I feel like there's so much controversy, not really anymore, but there used to be such a big deal about having your nipples pierced. I got my nipples done at the piercing shop. I wasn't going to go any other place to get these done because I refuse to have my nipples get infected, because that's just nasty. But yes, the pain with the nipples, I will say on a scale from 1 to 10, the first one, because the second one does definitely hurt worse than the first one when you get it done. Someone did tell me that, and it's definitely true. When you get them done, if you are getting both, the second one will hurt worse than the first one. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I will say the first one hurt about, I'll say an 8 out of 10, and the second one hurt like a 9 out of 10, 9.5. I'm not going to give it a full 10 because I have a high pain tolerance, so it wasn't, when it comes to piercings and tattoos, I have a high pain tolerance. Anything else, like, I'm kind of weak at. But yeah, I would say the first one was like a 8, and the second one was like a 9.5. With nipple piercings, because not only is it cartilage, but it's thick cartilage, it is going to hurt, and the nipples are the most sensitive things ever. And if girls, I'm sure you know this already, but nipples are very, very sensitive, so it did hurt pretty bad. But I handled it like a G. And yeah, the healing wasn't too bad. You definitely have to take care of them, take good care of them. They were sore for about a month and a half after getting them done. They were tender to touch. Not even. I will say they were tender to touch about a week and a half after getting them done, and then after that they were still sore but not to touch. It was more of like if it were hit or like something like that, like it had to be really hard contact for it to be like for it to hurt. I will say, taking a shower, please be careful if you use loofahs. I can't tell you how many times I've been in there scrubbing my body and yanked that shit. Let me tell you, not a good feeling. So definitely be careful with that. You have to be really cautious with them when you're taking your clothes on and putting them, taking your clothes off and putting them on and stuff like that. Just be really cautious. They are very sensitive still. Like, I feel like they get more sensitive after you get them pierced. So just be really careful with them. Take care of them. You don't want them to get infected. I've had a little problem with mine. I feel like that's because a lack of taking care of them. Like I said, I get so lazy with piercings, but I'm finally learning not to. But yeah, definitely take care of them. I love them. I don't see them as a big deal. I know people are like, oh, when you have kids, what are you going to do? And blah, 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 blah. I've talked to piercers. I've talked to people with them who have had them before they were pregnant and stuff like that. And they didn't really have problems. They said they took them out when they got pregnant and they were good. You know, there was no issues with breastfeeding and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about that. I just think piercings are fun. It's not that big of a deal. I got my nipple piercings for myself, nobody else, and I don't really trip off of them. And they're just there, and if you see them, cool. If not, whatever. But yeah, that is all of my piercings, I think. Like I said, if you guys do want to see a part 2 about the other ones that I've had, I will definitely do that if you give this video a big like. Piercings aren't that serious, to me at least. They're not like tattoos, they're not permanent. So if you are interested in getting them and just trying something new, change is always good. If you don't like it, you can get rid of it. I see the body as a canvas, so I don't really see any problem with like getting piercings and tattoos. I think it's just kind of fun to make yourself unique and, you know, express yourself how you want to express yourself, because I know my piercings, I get them, and my tattoos help me, you know, express myself. So yeah, that is about it. I hope this video helped you guys, helped anyone who's looking to get piercings or interested in them. Don't forget to give this video a big like, and don't forget to subscribe. Hope you guys are having a positive day or night or whatever it is. Stay positive, stay beautiful, love yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.